What's up, everyone? Welcome to the return of Mass Marine Medivac. It's been a very long time since I did this challenge. I remember that we had some really awesome games. I think a 40-minute game against a Terran where I made like 700 Marines or something like that is going to be epic. Let's begin. And the first game of the day is against a Zerg. Okay, now I have to admit, since Marine Medivac, it feels closer to standard than most of my challenges, if not all. I don't quite remember what strategies I used to play. Like, there's a couple options that I have, right? Like, I could go for a 2-on-1. I could go for a 3 racks. In every option, I do have to attack pretty early. Like, if you only make Marines, at some point, you're just going to die to someone only making Banelings. Like, it's not going to be very complicated for the Zerg to figure that one out. So you do have to deal a significant amount of damage. Marine Medivac looks very strong. But you do need the Marauders and Widowmines and Siege Tanks to back them up. And eventually Ghost, right? So it's not going to be quite that simple. Now, we are playing against a pretty high MMR Zerg. I think it's at 5, 6, 47, something like that. Which is probably about like rank 75 Grandmaster or something there. I feel like a 3 ranks could work. The map looks like it's small enough for it. Yeah, maybe we'll just start with that. Why not? We'll just start with a Mass Marine, like... What's that gonna be, like 5-minute timing, I think, with both Stim and Combat Shield? Or is it just... No, it is both Stim and Combat Shield. Man, I don't even remember that build. It's been so long since I played, like... Because a 3 racks is a build that you could use normally against Zerg. It's kind of outdated a little bit. Like, it's not as strong. You're not gonna see the best players in the world do it. But you can play 3 racks. You hit a timing with Stim and Combat Shield, I think. And then you follow it up by doing some tank pushes. You kind of just keep the momentum going by consistent pushes. Sadly, I'm going to have to do that build without the follow-up tank push, but, you know, that's just my own limitation, so I guess we'll see. Now, let's see. Is it going to be an easy attack here? This area is very open. That's going to make it a little more difficult. Like, if I, you know, run into creep, I'm really going to be committed. Like, there's no Hellions that can, you know, destroy Zerglings by running away or stuff like that. Like, it's just going to be Marines, so... Yeah, I think we're just going to need a little bit of luck here. That's what I'm saying. I could also try to kill an Overlord on an Overlord spot. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. Maybe like even... Well, maybe not. I was going to say I could fly a barracks away, give vision of like one of those Overlord pillars, and then that could be pretty nice. But realistically, I think I need to focus on maximizing my Marine count no matter what. Even if that means I'm going to get spied on by a freaking Overlord for the entire game. I could keep this SCV on the other side of the map, though. Try to check if he's going to go for a timely third base. Okay, I mean, I didn't intend to find that Overlord, but I found it, so I guess that's nice. That looks like my opponent's sending 2 Overlords across the map. That is quite... I'm actually very tempted to go and kill that Overlord. Do you think I can get it with my 4 Marines? Probably not. Now it's going to be a little too late. I'm very tempted to try it. I'm just going to give it a shot, because why not? Imagine if I could catch this Overlord there. Opponent still has no freaking... third base, which is very late. That's an extremely late third base. Looks like I'm playing against myself, basically, which is never a good sign if you're going up against a Zerg. Okay, so there's another Overlord there. Oh, we're actually gonna catch it? No way. He must be like, what the hell is this? Why? We're actually gonna kill the Overlord. I can't believe we killed it because I randomly scouted it with my SCV. That's pretty hilarious, not gonna lie. That's the most random thing that has happened to him in this ladder session, or probably like the last 5 ladder sessions. Like, it makes absolutely 0 sense, but it is nice for us because that Overlord was going to scout exactly what we were doing. Like 100%, I wouldn't really be able to deny it because there's only so many Marines that you can really build without it being obvious what you're doing. Let's see, please, RNG is not on my side today, unfortunately. I was trying to get it over here. It doesn't always work. It's really funny. Sometimes I notice people thinking that that's like a big skill, like microing your SCV, but no, it's literally just luck. The only thing you can do is when you notice the SCV is not in the right spot, that you take it off the depot and you click it on again. That's all you can do. It's not like you can control where it goes. It's pretty funny, because on the one hand, you would think you should be able to, because that's cool micro. On the other hand, that would be very freaking annoying if you're like trying to deny a bunker rush going up or something. Like, it's probably not worth it, to be fair. It's really not worth it because that would be a really big cause of frustration. But alright, here we go. It looks like I'm gonna get Stim. Yeah, around 5 minutes should be the timing, right? Yeah, my Stim is gonna finish at almost exactly 5 minutes. It's really gonna be like, I know, 5:03 or whatever, something like that, right? So, oh no, I don't want him to see all my units. I'm gonna show him these Marines, and then now I'm just gonna march across with everything. This is the plan. I know it's not a very deep plan, but this is it. I wonder why a couple of my Marines are going that way, though. Because this is going to be the path we will choose. I do need to save that scan, so I have a little more of a chance on creep. I could also scan kind of like the front of his natural instead of the creep, because then I can see how many units he has or how many drones he built. That could be like a decent advantage. Let's see. It's going to finish like right now. He does have a bailing nest. Okay, this is going to be... yeah, I'm just going to YOLO this one 100%. Like, I don't think there's going to be any... okay, I didn't even see the Zerglings. Where are the Zerglings at? I'm just going to go in here right away. Let's see. The Zerglings must be somewhere. Okay, the Zerglings are coming now. Was he just that greedy? Wait, I wonder if I can kill all of those Bailings. I think I can. Yeah, oh, the Bailings are getting out microed here, guys. This is beautiful. This is some real Terran play right here. That Bailing is going to go down. The next one is also going to go down, at least if I target it correctly. And everything is dead. All right, there we go. Well, I guess 3-Rex doesn't look so bad against Zerg right about now. You can tell the Zerg is frustrated, right? Because he was kind of rallying into me there. Yeah, he's not even... okay, he is still playing. I was wondering if he was even still paying attention. He doesn't have any freaking queens left, guys. He doesn't have queens. He doesn't have drones. He doesn't have Zerglings. And just this one attack is going to kill everything he has. How do I still have so many Marines left? Like, what am I even supposed to do now? These Marines are red HP. They got absolutely nothing going on. I might still win this fight on the ramp. No, he does have a couple more Zerglings, but that must have been a very, very frustrating moment for the Zerg. This game started with me killing a freaking Overlord in downtown. Like, he probably has no idea how that even... That's not even a move anyone has done before. Sending 4 Marines all the way over there. And then I attack him with a 3-Rax. And just exterminate him. He has 33 supply against 86. He has 13 drones against 53. He didn't just have all the creep. He had Bailings, he had enough queens, he had links, but yet he still got absolutely annihilated. Units loss is exactly 4 times the amount. 1200 against 4800. And I'm not even kidding. I've never had a 3-Rax this brutal. So maybe the fact that I'm rusty is making it even better. Maybe the fact that this build is so bad and no one literally does it ever made it better. But this was absolutely amazing. Fantastic warm-up game. Let's go to game number 2. All right, game number 2 is a rematch. Okay, I'm not necessarily happy with that, because if you're only allowed to make Marines, it's not going to be that hard to blind counter you. But I still have some different builds up my sleeve. I think I would like to go for the command center first strategy. It's like command center first and then into 2-on-1. And the reason why I like that strategy is because if you guys don't know the history of 2-on-1, 2-on-1 is a build I invented like, I don't know, like 9 years ago. It's been a very long time, and it was really popular in the pro scene for a while. It was actually the #1 Terran build. Yeah, the main premise is just you get 16 Marines with Stim and 2 Medivacs really fast, which is kind of like a snowbally unit composition. So back in the day, when players didn't have perfect builds from the Zerg POV, they would very often just die to the first 2 Medivacs. Eventually, this build became pretty bad because they learned exactly how many queens to build, and then your 3rd CC was delayed, you don't have Hellions for map control, and yeah, it just ended up being a pretty bad build, and it still is to this day. The command center first 2-on-1, however, it doesn't delay your 2-on-1 attack that much, so your 60 Marine drop, but it actually gives you a better follow-up. So with this build, you can get a 3rd CC, you can get your upgrades going, and it's just a little nicer for in the late game, pretty much. So that's why, if I'm going to do a 2-on-1, I would rather do it from this version. Now, it's a different story in the other matchups, like in TVT and TVP. I mean, you can try to play command center first. I don't think you're going to enjoy it. I'll just put it that way. I don't think it's going to be very enjoyable to play command center first in those matchups. So there, if you do have to go, or if you want to go for a 2-on-1, you do have to go for the more regular Reaper expand, you know, command center, second barracks, blah, blah, blah. Now, I should probably be SCV scouting here because my early defense is going to be pretty abysmal, you could say. Or non-existent would be a better word, because I'm not going to have a single unit. I don't even have a wall. So I could always wall that off in time. I think the only build that you can't wall off in time against is a 12 pool. And I mean, there's other builds like a 1-base Ravager all in that you're not going to be able to stop with this, right? But realistically, of builds that people commonly do, probably going to be a pool first, and you're probably going to be fine. Like, this SCV can wall this off in time. In fact, a lot of people don't know this. I know I mentioned it a lot probably back in the Marine Medivac 2 Grandmaster days. A lot of people don't know this. But Command Center First is actually a pretty strong counter against a typical pool first. And it's simply because your command center is going to be finished by the time the Zerglings arrive, so they can't deny it. And you can wall this off in time. So they basically have less economy than normal, and you have more, and you're still not going to take any damage. Like, it's one of the best starts you can have, you know, out of the gate when it comes to the build orders. One thing about TVZ is not very... don't want to say that it's not strategical at all. But in some ways, I guess it's true. I mean, TVZ is very often about mechanics, you know, micro, I guess, more than any other matchup. And the builds don't really matter as much. You don't really win by build orders for the most part. Like, sometimes, you know, either side can have... excuse me. Either side can have a build order that's a little bit sneaky and maybe can catch the other player off guard. But that's really about it. Like, you're never going to win a game in TVZ. Just because your opponent did a bad build or something like that. Or, well, it happens, but it's just not really how the matchup normally goes. Now, my factory is a little bit delayed. I think I could have made it before Stim. Yeah, I probably should have made it before Stim. But maybe this way, having more Marines and getting Stim early, I wonder if I can add like a little bit of a layer of mind games on top where he thinks I'm going to go for a 3 ranks once again. But then it's going to be a 2-on-1 instead with... maybe like a faster third command center. If he overmakes unit, that could be quite nice for us. Yeah, I'm going to lose the SCV. Oh, no, he could have killed that. Guess he didn't want to. How about now? No? Okay. I mean, he really could have killed that. I'm just going to stand here. There's one thing that always counters 2-on-1s, and that's a bailing bust, by the way. So if this is a bailing bust, it's going to be very, very difficult to hold. There's an Overlord in the main. I'm actually surprised I can see that. I guess I will send a couple of Marines to just camp there. Might as well. I mean, I don't think I'm going to die from any frontal attacks anytime soon. Not quite a perfect wall, unfortunately. Guess I'm going to have to plug that. He does see that I have a lot of Marines. I wonder if he realizes what's going on, because this must look very weird compared to the last game. Like, I have a bunch of Marines, but instead of moving out, I'm making a third command center. But it doesn't really make sense. I wonder if we can kind of piece the puzzle together and realize that I'm going for, you know, a slightly delayed 2-on-1 drop. Maybe a little more than slightly delayed because I didn't make the factory before Stim pack, but it is what it is. Let's just put those over here. Now, I do remember that one thing I can do wrong is make a lot of gases. Like, I don't need a lot of gas because I'm only going to make Marines. Like, I need gas for my upgrades and... my reactors and the Medivac. I think that's literally about it. Like, I can't think of anything else that I really need gas for. Not gonna make... well, maybe in the late game I'll make like a couple extra starports or something, but that's gonna be about it. Okay, so he has a lair. That's actually kind of surprising to me. He also has a changeling somewhere. Exactly. There we go. I could tell by the energy on the overseer, by the way, if someone is wondering there. But the fact that he has a lair, it does scare me a little bit. Like, if he's going to go for Mutas, I'm going to lose all of my map control, right? So that's not going to be something easy for me to deal with. It sounds like it would be very nice. Because I literally only have anti-air and Medivacs, right? But it doesn't sound that nice to me. Let's see, what do we have over here? He has Link... oh, wait! He was actually preparing for the 3 racks. Okay, this is looking pretty good for us here, guys. Oh, well, it's not necessarily looking great, but it's just... you're not supposed to make bailings against a 2-on-1, so that's a pretty nice start. Combat shield finishing at the perfect time as well. Let's see if I can target all of those bailings. Oh, I got almost all of them. I needed one more. So these Marines are low-key kind of popping off. All right, so we saved one Medivac, killed a bunch of Zerglings. Not really unhappy with that at all. I would like to do a scan. Okay, it looks like... bailing speed? That is probably what it was for, right? Yeah, oh, that's actually smart. Not gonna lie. Getting the kind of... not the response I would expect normally. Especially because he saw I wasn't making siege tanks. If it's siege tanks, you kind of need those to defend the push. But otherwise, I don't think you have to. So that's a pretty cool idea by him to go for a fast baiting speed here. I like it. Oh, dude, I'm not sure if you guys realize what happened. I attacked like my own Medivac. I corrected it in time, but I could have killed that full Medivac and lost 8 Marines. Imagine that. That would have been... oh my god, I would have cried if that happened. Okay, I'm just gonna go for a really big drop. Guess what the hell are you guys doing? I'm gonna keep this one at home so I can maybe micro the SCVs. And then it should... is 1-1... yeah, 1-1 is... well... it's gonna finish a little bit too late, right? 30 seconds left on that 1-1. I don't think we're gonna have that in time, unfortunately. Now, ideally, I get to wall this entire thing off. And it's mostly because I... exactly. I can't really deal with bailing run-bys properly. Now, this one is going to be fine. Mostly because I just didn't have that many SCVs. Oh, he's not paying attention here. Well, I guess neither of us were. Oh, he's making a lot of... I wonder if he has that many drones, you know? Because it's really not that many units that he has. Or not that many... Wait, he had too many units. That's what I was trying to say. Which means he probably doesn't have as many drones as he could. Which is not the craziest idea, because I'm not going to be able to compete with him in a late game. I do have to kill him pretty fast. Let's see, this is going to be a nice mind game. And we're going to go to the main base. Exactly, there we go. Now, I can't really move across without Medivacs. I feel like if I walk across, we're just going to end up being quite sad. Or maybe I can take an early trade. That could be nice. Let's see. Trade before... Wait, he clicked the Banix back. Oh, no, Mr. Zerg. He clicked the Banix back for a second. Can I save all of these? Okay, there we go. I mean, these were really, really low HP, so I'm kind of scared here. 2-2 is coming along nicely. He does have a lot of queens there. Yeah, I need to be very scared here, guys. Maybe I should go for a drop in the third. I would like to surround the queens with drops. I'm not quite sure if that's gonna, you know, work out for me. But if I could surround the queens with drops, that'd be... Oh, the Zergling actually saw it. I didn't want to walk across land because then he would see it with the creep. But then the freaking Zergling here just saw it. Let's see, what does he have over here? He's waiting for them. 2-2 is not going to finish at a meaningful time, I'm afraid. Okay, there's a bunch of Zerglings, but I have enough Marines here. Unless there is also Banelings coming behind this. Wait, you know, that's 1 million Banelings. But he's not going to kill that, I think, right? Probably not, at least. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's quite nice for us. There we go. We're going to kill a lot of those links and not going to lose that base. And we also didn't really lose any SCVs there, if we lost any at all. Okay, well... I think it's time, guys. Here we go. There is a lot of Banelings on that other base, and I think it's time for us... Yeah, exactly. He looks like he might be going for lurkers here. So we have to start getting a little bit of a trade. Let's see if I can split these and get like a decent-ish fight. Well, I mean, probably better than I thought it was going to be. It's still not amazing, though. I mean, these Marines are holding out a little better than I thought they would. Still, though, as you can see here, guys, it's so freaking hard to play like this because it's so hard to fight against Banelings if you don't have the Widow Mines. Yeah, this is why I went for it, guys. The Hydra, then, what does it mean? It means lurkers are on the way. What can I absolutely not counter with Marines? Yeah, I think you guys got it, right? I don't think I need to say anymore. I think you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. Let's see, I'm gonna kill this. How many Banelings does he have left? Still a few too many. I do have 2-2 finishing at the perfect time. Oh, maybe I could go back here and kind of squash this little group of Zerglings. I don't think this would be that bad for me. I mean, that's a lot of Zerglings dying. And Zerglings, I mean, sounds silly, but Zerglings become Banelings, right? So if he doesn't have those, it's gonna be pretty nice for me. Now, I really want to start my 3-3, so I'm gonna do that. I think I need one more... I could snipe the Lurker then as well. Like, the Lurkers are not as good if they don't have the upgrade, so I can probably kill it before the upgrades get up. That's not a crazy idea. I feel like I need a planetary everywhere, else the lurkers will just A-move me at some point and I won't be able to stop it. The Zerglings do scout it, unfortunately. That does suck for us. Let's just clear all of this creep. How many Banelings there? I saw those lurkers burrow. So that is pretty nice for me that I saw that in advance, so I'm not going to walk into them right away. I don't have enough scans right now. That's unfortunate. It's going to be hard for me to make anything happen without scans, right? I mean, I'm being very risky here, but I have to be. Like, I need to pick these up at the exact right time. Oh, need to run away from those lurkers, first of all. Oh, that one Baneling actually connected, unfortunately. Maybe I can kill one. Yeah, I think I won. There we go. Okay. Oh, I didn't quite pick those up in time. Yeah, it's starting to look like I can't really push through anymore, guys. There's so many lurkers and so many Banelings. Now, if I get my planetaries... I think there's always going to be a shot because we could get like a base trade. If he lets me get my planetaries up, that increases our chances dramatically, I think. Okay, so he has that base. I do want to go for that. Let's see how many... Okay, it's all of them. I was thinking if it's just one lurker, maybe we have a shot of doing something here. But if it's all of them, definitely not. Gonna make a couple more barracks. Let's see if I can attack with this little squad. I'm not even sure if it's a good idea that I killed the rocks right now, because it's going to help him attack faster. Okay, let's see. Planetary. Also need a turret at every planetary, I suppose, because else it's not going to be very meaningful. Maybe I can try to run into this base while he's gone. I mean, his vision has been so good, and so have the splits of his units. So that's making it so much harder for me. Okay, let's get in here. There we go. Probably has units here already. Oh, well, they're coming. They're not quite there yet, but they're coming. Let's get this to be a planetary right now. That's going to be really nice for us. There we go. Going to kill a lot of Zerglings. I mean, these trades are quite nice. Just that there's one lurker on the low ground just absolutely shelling away right now. No, what are you guys doing? Okay, thank you very much. Let's see, what are the upgrades on his lurkers? He has 2 armor, 0 attack. I mean, that's okay. Right? The upgrades for him are not that great, but I mean, at this point, if I would have to guess what it's looking like, I think he's at least maxed. And what I mean with at least maxed is that I think he probably also has a big bank with it. Trying to think what the best course of action is. I could go for a big surround. I could also try to just keep dropping forever. I mean, if I ever get a really good base trade and I have like a nice layer of planetaries, you know, that gives a little bit of hope. Besides that, not sure if there's that much we can do. I have 67 SCVs, which is not that much. Probably stop mining all gas. Because do I need gas anymore at this point? Probably not. Okay, wait. This looks like he has the lurkers at home. Okay, let me just kill that clump of Bailings. There we go. He's going to go for him. Kind of surprised, actually. Oh, please shoot those Bailings. There we go. Oh, those Bailings are barely good. This one Ling is blocking my SCVs from a parry. Oh, my God. Okay. This looks like a decent fight, but I do have to back off in time. Yo, the Planetary is going to stay alive. Very nice. Okay. And maybe now, since his units are kind of dying, I could go into the main... Yo, I can't believe how many kills is Planetary. 49? This one is 52, 53, 54 kills. Oh my God. Wait, it looks like he's now going for it. I have another Planetary over there. Let me drop this real quick. Can probably do a decent amount of damage over here. And then the rest is going to go on the main base. Yeah, this trade is very efficient. Like, extremely efficient. Okay. Wait, this Planetary could pop off. Can I get the repair off? Please kill those 2 lurkers. That'd be so nice for me. There we go. We're into the main base now. There's no Bailings to be seen. The Planetary does fall, unfortunately. I did kill the base on the right side as well. Oh, I need to run. Oh, damn. If he didn't have those Bailings left, if he didn't have the clarity of mind for that, that could have been decent. Wait, he might not be paying attention here, guys. If he's not paying attention, let's see. Okay. Lurkers automatically don't target the Planetary. He's going to lose all of those lurkers. There we go. Very, very nice. Oh, wait. What the hell? Did I miss hotkey, perhaps? That looked really weird because I really tried to send them across the edge. I think I might have missed hotkeyed my Medivacs there, guys. I lost my 3 Medivacs with units, which would probably be the official end of the game. I mean, I did a lot of damage, to be fair. Like, I really did a lot of damage. He's also making ultras now, which is, you know, I'm already dead, okay? Leave me alone. Like, you don't have to do any more than this, Mr. Zerg. So let me repair that. And now I'm just going to go across with everything I have because this is going to be the last chance. Like, I don't have enough economy compared to the Zerg. If he has Bailings or Lurkers, doesn't matter. We just have to go for it no matter what. Hey, we are going to kill a Hydra. Let's see. I hope the Bailings are not on the left side, at least. Okay, wait. Can I kill all those Lurkers real fast? There we go. I got the Lurkers. Ah, there's too many Bailings still left. Yeah, and Lurkers, by the way. GG. He's still maxed, but I'm actually kind of proud that we got him to no bank. I mean, I feel like we were pretty close. If we had like a couple less bad trades, like let's say, and this is not unrealistic, we had 30 extra Marines. I could have stimmed on top of those lurkers when he was killing the Planetary. I would probably kill all of them. Planetary stays alive. And then, you know, if I don't lose the 3 Medivacs on the left side, maybe I can deny this base or this one. Like, it looks on the map like he has every base, but keep in mind, I killed a lot of drones here. As you can see, there's no gas mining, not saturated. This one is dead. This one was dead. And I know the supply is pretty big, but I feel like there was a very small chance here. Obviously, I needed everything to go perfect, and I can't quite do everything perfect at the same time. We learned from this game. Let's go for a final one. All right, the final game of the day is going to be against a Grandmaster Terran. Okay, now... PvT was probably the most macro-heavy matchup for this challenge, so I mean, that's promising something. I definitely always have to play greedy, that's what I remember. I believe we always went for Reactor first, which means if we get Proxy Reaper, we kind of die, which would be pretty sad and anticlimactic, but it is what it is. I mean, I have to take the risks that belong to the challenge, right? Because if I don't, you know, I might survive, but I'm not going to give myself a fighting chance to win later on into the game, and that's obviously very important. So I think some key moments in the early game, I go for Reactor first, which means I have to scout very early. So I'm going to scout with this one. So if I see that it's not a proxy, I can still make a Marine before the Reactor. That's why, like, scouting this early, it feels horrible. Like, this actually feels terrible. I'm going to have no money. If you ever scout this early, stop, okay? It's not good. It's way too early. So this kind of sucks for my economy, but I have to do it in TVT. And then the second part that's a little tricky is that I have to make a bunker on the low ground. But initially, I'm not going to have enough Marines to cover both the Reaper jump-up spot and the low ground. So I kind of need to either be lucky or guess correctly or somehow get some magical scouting intel, pretty much. Definitely think I'm going to make an expand or make the expand on the high ground first. Looks like we're not being proxied. At least it would be kind of crazy if we're getting proxied now. He's going for a double gas as well. I mean, at least it's going to give me the safety to go for my reactor first, which is really nice. Command center is going to fit here perfectly, I believe. Maybe I'll keep this... Like, my economy is already really bad, but maybe I can keep this SCV around to see if he's going to expand or not, right? I think that's decent. Okay. He is... Okay, wait. I guess it's possible that he went back because he sees the reactor first, and reactor first expand is not a build. Okay? For the 10 people out there that are playing reactor first expand, I'm sorry. It's not really a build because it's just too greedy. Right? Like, if your opponent just micros their Reapers properly, you will die. You'll never get your expansion, so it's not that great. So I think I might have accidentally confused him. And now he probably thinks that I'm playing double gas as well with a reactor first. I mean, that's very welcome. An accidental mental advantage. I always talk about the layers of mind games. This time, I think I got a layer of mind game on accident, which is also welcome for once. I'm going to start a factory. You do have to go for a 2-on-1 against Terran because straight up trying to run into tanks, it's... If you guys watch my video where I tried to beat... or no, it was like, can you beat Grandmasters with Silver League Micro? If you guys watched that video, you would probably have an idea what it looks like, you know, running into tanks or... It's very painful, so you don't want to do it. So anyway, I'm going to go for a fast factory. And now is around the time where I have to make the bunker and it's going to get a little scary. Maybe I can distract him with a little bit of a scout. Yeah, I'm just going to attack his SCV. Protoss style. Here we go, guys. I'm going to attack his SCV Protoss style. Oh, he went for a Cyclone. Then it's even more important that I get this bunker up really fast. Okay, let's see. He's going to lose the Reaper, I think. He might have seen the factory. I guess he probably did. I'm not 100% sure, but he might have seen it. I do think the bunker's going to finish in time now, which is really great news for us. I think I'm going to be able to cancel those 2 Marines so I can afford my Stim and Starport a little faster. The Cyclone also is not going to be that crazy. It's not going to be able to deal with the bunker anymore. Before, it did a lot more damage to a bunker. Now a bunker is going to hold pretty tight as long as I repair it just a little bit. Here we go. Now, the reason why I had to cut Marines is because I played Reactor first. Normally with a 2-on-1, you go for a Reaper first, which means I already have more Marines than I normally would. So I can afford to cut a few and I'll still have 16. Every time he does that, I'm just going to damage his Cyclone. But like, it's going to be very APM taxing for him to keep doing that and always pay attention. I think it's definitely, you know, in my favor when it comes to the APM. The Cyclone is already orange HP, by the way. Look at that. It's really not looking fantastically healthy. Here we go. I want to make my 3rd barracks as well. I'll keep repairing that, please. There we go. Good grenades by him, I have to admit. Not bad. I'm going to make these Medivacs now. I wonder if I could... I like that he's still trying. Oh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, for me, it hasn't really cost me anything. I don't think I've made any extra mistakes in the build at all. But him, I'm pretty sure it was pretty tough, pretty taxing on his APM, doing that aggressively and having to really babysit the Cyclone. And then he even lost the Cyclone, which might even be a big deal later on when I show up at his base with freaking Medivacs with Marines. Now, a couple of those Marines are low. If I'm lucky... Or I think I need to be unlucky for that to happen. But I want to... Let's see. The Reapers are not coming. I'm going to go now. Here we go. I'm going to go on top. I think I should be able to avoid the Watchtower range. Right? I think that makes sense. Maybe I'll cancel those Medivacs so I can get my upgrades. I guess I don't really need more Medivacs until I actually have Marines, you know, to use them. Now, I'm going to get my 3rd barracks up. So my Marine production is going to increase pretty strongly. Now, this is very unusual for someone to play a 2-on-1, but it's also unusual for someone to have that many Marines. So I guess he might be ready for this, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Let's see. Oh, there's nothing in the main base. Very nice. Oh, this is going to be a fantastic start, guys. This is such a good start. I'm even going to be... Wait, can I kill something? Probably not. I'm talking about the units, of course. Maybe I can kill the gas. Okay, hey, Siege over there. I don't think he's in range of this. So I'm just going to kill the gas and just camp out here for a little bit. Just going to be a little annoying, right? Like, I can just check this out. Okay, he's going to siege there. I can still deny the gas, by the way. I don't think he was in range. See, yeah, he wants to take it, but he can't take it. Yeah, this is very annoying for him. Okay, now I have to leave, I think. Yep, there we go. Going to be able to take 1 tank hit before my units die, and then I'm going to get out of there. I also think I can make my expansion on the low ground now with this amount of damage that I've done already. He does still have 2 Reapers, so I need to be a little careful with that. Probably take an extra gas just so I can make sure to make Medivacs and my 2-2. Let's see. Is there anything on the low ground? Oh, okay, there's 1 tank. For a second, I thought he abandoned everything, but no, there's still 1 tank. So, situation of the game. We are kind of ahead. but we're also behind in some way because I'm only making Marines and tanks are, you know, I've hinted at that before, but tanks are freaking insane against Marines. Like, so good, right? So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. I think if I get like one more good drop, we could win the game instantly. If we don't, it might end up being quite a brawl. Keep in mind, my opponent does have the 3rd orbital a decent while before me. Let's see. Okay, so he sees my attack. Guys, I have 1-1 finishing. If I can get a big drop in the main with 1-1, it's going to be really hard for him to deal with, I think. If I drop on top of his tanks and kind of like scatter out my units a bit, I feel like this could be a really big moment here. If I see Vikings, I might even boost through them. Let's see. What is there over here? Well, he's kind of ready. No, he's not. He's not responding. He's not responding. Okay, we're going to drop on top of these tanks over here. I'm going to kill both of these tanks really fast. I can even kill the next tanks really fast. These have 1-1, guys. Okay, he has an anti-armor missile, so it's going to make it better, but 1-1 Marines. And bad game is called. There we go. Okay, wait, guys. I thought we were really far ahead, but in terms of workers, we were exactly even. He has 4 tanks. The upgrades are insane here, though. Upgrades in TVT are the strongest upgrades in the entirety of StarCraft. Being 1-1 ahead is insane, and that's why I went through. He probably could have responded earlier, and knowing myself, maybe even then I would have gone for it, to be honest. Like, even if he responded right away, I think I could have gone for it, because I have both combat shields and Stim and 1-1 against none of that. Just tanks and Vikings. The Raven was going to be good, but still, very good move. And Marine Medivac looked pretty strong. Looked kind of weak against Zerg. I know in that second game we had a very tough time, but to be fair, it was a rematch where I was kind of getting blind counted a little bit. In this TVT, we look strong. The 3 racks looked like the best build of all time in game number 1. And that's going to be it for the Marine Medivac Nostalgia episode. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Adios.